Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Option Pit and our morning vol report. It is Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com, welcoming you to said report. Our Iron Condor course. Actually, we've sold a lot of this week. I've been working on the course this week. Also, I'm going to spend a lot of time on sort of managing the broken Iron Condor. Mark is going to do the basic setup and put on, and I'm going to deal with trying to fix, break, deal with vol changes, delta change, things like that. So it'll be a little bit more of a, if this, then that type of thing from my point of view, and then Mark will be doing the basic stuff. And then also we have our Trader Summit. A lot of good live speakers on the CBOE. Plus, in the evening, we kind of party a little bit. There's a steak night. There's a Greek town night. It's a good opportunity to make Mark buy you a couple beers and stuff like that. So it's a good event. You learn a lot. It's in the CBOE building above the floor. So it's a good opportunity. And you learn a lot. If you have any questions, send me a note, andrew@optionpit.com, if you want to hear more. And let's get on to the subject on everybody's mind. You can make them buy you a Canadian beer. VIX, and mostly just, I think we're waiting for Apple earnings at this point. But the reality is finally what's happening with VIX is we're getting pulled down to the realized vol. And the term structure here, October's a 15.5% vol. Again, like I said, we keep making new lows, as low as I've seen the vol go. Also, VVIX is also extremely low. So basically, the market's saying, okay, there's going to be, and on top of that, there is what I would call above normal future premium. Why? Because VIX is near 1-year lows. We traded in the 9 handle briefly yesterday. I believe that was kind of the low tick, just for the heck of it. And it is hard for it to believe we could see VIX kind of settle in this low area. It is possible we are getting to an area not seen since probably the early 90s. And I know it sounds strange, but there was everybody was happy with Bill Clinton. I'm not trying not to be political, but there was the economy kind of had a trajectory. Everybody bought into the trajectory. There was a lot of confidence, and that pushed VIX to very low levels until about 96, 97. Then there was actually so much volatility from the internet boom when stocks actually would melt upward, that VIX started going up, or vol started going up in general again. But we had a kind of mid-90s, we had very low volatility for a very long time. 7% at the money vol for 30 days was not uncommon. And in trading in the SPX at the time, I can tell you, 13 vol used to be a sale. You wanted to sell options when they were at 13 vol. Until, of course, you ran over it, and then you were buying it back at 18. But it never got that high when I was trading in there, funny enough. Anyway, what do we have now? We have May vol is only 2 weeks away, but if you look at June vol, okay, you've got 9% vol. As hard as it is to believe, it can still drift lower. It could drift down. That we're trading around a 9 vol. It can drift to 8, 7% at the money. If you look at very short-term vol, 2-week volatility in May. At the money here, we're 23.85, 23.90 is below 8. So what I'm saying is it can be a slow stair step down if it continues to go down. The futures actually have quite a bit of decay in them if VIX stays here. Last week, I did not think we could get this low prior to this French election just because there's a little bit more jazz going on. And it looks like it's a done deal, but we've seen that in the past that it hasn't been. So I figured there'd be a little bid before But we hit a vol yesterday. We closed some short vol positions yesterday in our strategy letter. And again, without barring some kind of weird surprise out of France, we could see this. The earnings in general were very good, and we could see lower vol. We could sell off, but I think there was also a bit of an announcement. I'm not sure. It's so hard with fake news and not fake news, but maybe there was some possible reapproachment with North Korea, and I think that's when the vol sort of did this. I went from here and then just fell off the map. So we'll see. I think we're going to look at some setups for past Friday because I want to see if we can take advantage of the contango that we have. As far as equities go, time spreads. The biggest problem with time spreads is the fact that the underlyings just keep moving higher and blowing through everything. So we're just trying to find some that can price and pay us. Shorter term trades that we looked at, gold looking weaker, put time spreads in gold, put time spreads in TLT. I know it sounds like a lot of time spread, but we probably should do the webinar on it. But with low vol, there's just not a lot of Vega risk. I'm guessing we get a little bit into the weekend for some of the macro products, and then we could see it fall apart a little bit. All right. And with that, we're just kind of looking for Apple earnings. Areas that the thing I think that's kind of held the S&P 500 back is we'll be looking at banks as well for maybe another leg, but those things are kind of flatlining, which makes short puts, ratio put spreads okay. But the fact that the oil patch, and if you look at something like XOP, a lot of the energy producers, they can't, and the gas explorers, they're not getting off the ground. We're at, I'm going to say there's been almost zero performance in a year after, remember, we had that little run on oil prices. Here was kind of the catastrophe level. I don't think we're getting back there, but it's certainly setting up for maybe the reality is oil prices aren't going a lot higher anytime soon. That could be a trade here. All right. German election September 24th. Will anyone care? Well, right now, Frank's asking a question. The October vol is 15.5. So it's as low as it's been. I think for vol to get this low, actually, there's just a lot of option sellers. So we will be careful, but for the most part, I expect this more sideways to up action, and we're looking for another leg with more good earnings. But overall, earnings have been pretty good. Tech has had a huge, I think tech is up 17% this year. Massive rally in the Q. So can it go higher? Sure, but we just need more better earnings coming out to make that happen, and we still have the potential Facebook, Apple, and all that. But it seems like the far upside is close to being done. So anyway, we'll price some upside flies and stuff like that in QQQ today. And with that, that is our vol report, or let's just call it lack of vol report. Yeah, I think we're going to try an SVXY pair in the chat room today. So, all right, guys, I will see you all later.